Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with an FGO tier list video. I will be making the Saber tier list today. Now I did this before, I remember. I think I did this only for the Saber before, but I remember I did it in a different way. But in today's video I'm making this like a complete like another new fresh tier list. A few of the new characters have also been added. So based on that, and my tastes have also changed, this tier list will be a lot different. And like I said, that tier list, as far as I can remember, I did it in a different way. This one I will be making it purely based on who I like, like the characters that I like, not based on power or the meta, anything like that. Based on the characters that I like, I'm just going to make the tier list. So hopefully I'm able to make all the tier lists for all the other classes. Usually I start one of these, and because of other stuff I have to stop by the middle of it, and I am not able to continue it. But this time hopefully I'm able to do it. I think we have a little bit time for some new events in FGO to come, so I'll have enough time to complete this and a few other of the classes. Either way, let us get started then. So as you can see, all the Saber characters are here. I think all of them are here. If I miss someone, let me know. The newer characters are also here, as you can see. So there you go. I will be making this tier list today. So as you can see, I have made 5 tiers. The first tier and the topmost tier being the Ultimate Saber. Then we have the SSR tier. Then we have the SR tier, the R tier, and the N tier. Obviously, no character that will like every single character here. I kind of like most of the FGO characters, so there's not really a bad tier. There's like the normal tier and then the above average tier. It's kind of like that. So no tier here is like representing like the bad tier. Everything is good. It's just the how good the character is or how much I like the character is. It's just based on that. So N tier is also good. I'm just neutral about the character. R tier is a little above average. I'm okay with the character. SR tier is like pretty good. SSR is like really good. And the Ultimate Saber is obviously the ultimate, the character that I like. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do this. Now, I think I will be putting only one character in the ultimate Saber tier. It's going to make it, I feel like, more competitive. I used to do like 2 or 3 characters before putting them in the ultimate tier, but I feel like that's not enough. I need to make a proper decision. So I will be putting every single character in SSR, SRR, and N tier, and then finally after I've put every single character here, I'm going to promote one character from the SSR tier to the Ultimate Saber tier. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And because like I said, I have done this before, but I've put 1 or 2 characters in the Ultimate tier. No, I need to make a proper decision. I need to stop being indecisive. So one character only in the topmost tier. And also obviously, as you know, the way I'll be putting the characters, the leftmost character in one tier will be like better than the other one, like the right, like it's like from like a descending order, like the character that I like the most in the SSR tier will be the leftmost one. Then the one on the right side will be a little bit lesser, will be a little bit less favorite. Then it's going to go like that. The leftmost character will be my most favorite character. That's how I'm going to be ranking it. And so there you go. I've explained everything. So yeah, let us get started then. So it's just arranged in a weird way. I haven't really properly arranged it, so it's like all over the place. So bear with me. Right. So the first character, as you can see, is Medusa Saber. Now I haven't really I don't really know much about Medusa Saber, but I do know much about a lot about Medusa. So just based on that and based on her character design and how she looks and everything, and based on my how much I like Medusa herself, I will be putting her in the SR tier. I think that's well deserved. Like, she's quite good, like I said, I don't know much about Medusa Saber, so I cannot say much. If this was normal Medusa, I would have put her in the SSR tier. But since it's Medusa Saber and I don't know much about her, I'm just basing it on the fact that she's Medusa. I'm going to be putting her here. And also based on her character design, like I said, I really like her style. She has such a cool style. Her third ascension is very good as well. However, this ascension is also pretty good with the the round glasses, the pink color theme, and yeah. So I like her. So that's why I'm going to be putting her on the SR tier. Again, like I said, I am not doing this based on how strong the characters are. I'm doing this based on how I like the characters, which character I like more. So a very weak character in FGO, in the meta wise, can be in the topmost tier. That can happen. So yeah, it's just based on my how much I like the character. That's how I'm doing it. Okay, now the next, you know what? I think I should change something. Okay, I'm gonna change one thing before I move forward. I feel like I should have done this. I should make like 3 tiers here, and this tier I will make it undecided. Should I keep it like, yeah, you know what, undecided, because there's a lot of characters that I actually don't know much about, especially characters in JP. I am an like an NA player, so all the characters that I will know about will be from NA. So there'll be a few characters that I might not know much about. I will put them in the undecided tier. That's what I've decided. So yeah, so the N tier doesn't exist. I'm going to be putting it in these 3 tiers. So yeah, okay. Now the next character is Setanta. Now Setanta, I know about Kuhulin, and Setanta, I'm guessing is just like that, It's just a younger version, I'm guessing. I love Kuhulin. Kuhulin is really good. It's in the Lancer tier, he'll be in quite a high tier. But then again, I don't know much about Setanta though. He has come out, but in JP. So based on the fact that I really like Kuhulin, again, I will be putting him in the SR tier as well. If this was Kuhulin, like Lancer or Caster, characters that I actually know about, I would have put them in the SSR tier again. But just because of that, I'm going to be putting him here in the SR tier. Yeah, he seems like like a nice kid from what I've seen in his animations and stuff. And character design wise, he also very cool. I really like his character design. He also has a little dog with him. So yeah, I am based on all of that, I'll be putting him here for now. Now Theseus. Now Theseus, I don't know much about. He's a new character that has come out in JP. I just know about his legend. That's it. Nothing more. So in FGO, where he stands, what type of a character he is, I have no clue. So based on that, I will be putting him in the undecided tier, because I cannot judge a character that I don't know much about. I haven't seen him in FGO. He's just out in JP. I'll have to wait to get to know more about him. So yeah, undecided tier. Next, Yamato Takeru, a new addition, but I know a lot about him because I have played the game. So I will be putting him in the SSR tier, obviously. Like, where else am I putting him? Yamato Takeru is definitely one of my favorite Sabers. Just based on the fact that I have played Samurai Remnant. Haven't completely played it though. I will do it someday. I'm just not getting enough time to start it again, the second route. However, from the first route that I've played, and I know a lot about him, I've done most of his stuff, and yeah, I really like him. He's a nice character, a very nice character, and I was so happy when he was introduced in FGO. So based on that, I am putting him in the SSR tier. Really great character, yeah, like one of my most favorite Sabers in the very recent years. And next comes Miyamoto Iori. I will be putting him before Takeru. I really like Iori, and by really like, I mean I like him even more than Takeru. I don't know, there's just something about him, it's just like I cannot explain. It's just like he's a very like a cool character. He reminds me of, like, he doesn't talk much, he's like not really that much expressive, like doesn't have like is not very much animated about his like emotions, but that makes that makes him cooler. Like it makes I don't know, like I at least really like that. And he has a pretty good, very good character design as well, and he has a good backstory. He has a good story in Samurai Remnant, and like a lot of things, like based like I really like him. And I know throughout the whole journey that I've played Samurai Remnant, I was like, yeah, if he comes in FGO, that'll be really cool. And there you go, he has arrived in FGO, and as a welfare servant, which is really great because everyone will get him. So yeah, and I've heard that he's also really strong in the game FGO. I'm talking about. I've heard a lot of people say that, like, I have seen his skills and stuff as well, and I do know he's strong. But people who have used him will probably be able to tell it better. And I've heard from those people that he's like one of the most broken sabers in the game. Like, even though he's a welfare character. So based on all of that, yeah, he's there. He's in the top of SSR for now. Okay, Artoria Pendragon. Now here's the thing. In no way can I put her anywhere lower, because this is Artoria we're talking about. However, this is such a difficult decision. I feel like, you know what? I was thinking, should I put her below Iori? But I cannot do that. Like she's just been there for so long, and I like her character as well based on all of that. So I will be putting her above Iori. So in SSR tier, obviously, like where else am I even putting her? Like she's the poster, character of fate in itself, like Artoria Pendragon. And yeah, so she'll be there. And like I said, I really like Iori, but I cannot put Iori before her because Saber has been here for so long, and like like we've been like getting to see stories about her, like in Fate, in FGO, and all that stuff. Like Saber is everywhere. So just based on that sheer like volume, in no way am I putting her anywhere like below Iori, who's a very recent character. And even though he has gotten a lot of character development and stuff, probably way more than like a certain like characters who have been here for a long time. Still, I cannot do that. So yeah, Saber is there. And like I do remember I really liked Saber before. Like I still like Saber, but there's a few other characters that I like more than Saber nowadays. I remember there was a time when instead of Tosaka Rin being my most favorite Fate character, it was actually Artoria Pendragon, Saber. Very like in the very beginning. And then little by little I started like gravitating more towards Rin, and I've just stuck with her for quite a long time. But the very first character that I actually like really liked from Fate, like my ultimate waifu or whatever you can say, from Fate, was actually Saber. So I cannot do that. In no way can I put her below Iori. So there you go. And then we have Saber Alter. Saber Alter, interesting character. She's just like, what can I say? She's either crazy. I'm gonna put her here. She's either just crazy, like doing stuff, like just in Heaven's Field. We saw Saber Alter. She's either in that extreme, or she's a complete joke character in the parody, like shows like Grand Carnival and Carnival Phantasm, like like going and eating burgers and stuff. Like that's literally Saber Alter. She's either this crazy character who just wants the strongest, like just completely mowing down enemies left and right, or she's a complete joke character, just going to McDonald's and eating burgers or something. Like that is Saber Alter basically. So yeah, she's fun. She's a very fun character. Like it's a comedic character as well. Based on the whole like taking out her cowlick and she becomes that kind of thing. It's pretty funny. So yeah, I like her, so I'm gonna put her here as well. Now Lily, Saber Lily. Now I don't really have an opinion on her. I'm just gonna put her in the art tier. I'm sorry, even though she's Artoria, I don't really like. I don't know. She seems pretty bland in my opinion. Like, sorry if I'm offending someone here who's watching this video, but in my opinion, I don't really like. I'm not really that much fond of her. Like I've seen her in Saber Wars and stuff, but she never really just She was just there, and I'm going to put her in the R tier, unfortunately. Okay, Nero. Oh, this will be a tough one. Um, Bro. Do I dare put her before Artoria? I'm just thinking, Like, I like Nero more than Artoria. You know what? Yeah, why not? I was like, sure. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Why not? Like, I'm doing this based on my, like, like, preference. And if I, like, am honest about it, yeah, I prefer Nero more than Saber. Saber is nice, but Nero, yeah, I really like her. So I'm gonna put Nero over here. And like, Nero was a character that I really didn't know much about when I started the game. Not the game, sorry. Started the anime. I played the visual novel first, and then I suddenly got introduced to this red saber, and I'm like, what is this? Is this like a like Artoria Pendragon wearing a red dress? That's literally what I thought, and then I realized that no, this is a complete different character, and I got introduced to the saber faces. That was the day when I got introduced to the saber faces. I'm like, what the hell? They look literally the same. How can this be a different character? But no, like, after that, I one of the main charm points of Nero is definitely, I'm sure everybody agrees with this, her voice actor Sakura Tange and Nero's Umu. Like, that's like one of the biggest charm points of her. And yeah, based on all of that, she's just there in the top for now, at least. Siegfried. Now, Siegfried, yeah, okay, I guess nothing, I'm just going to be putting him in the bottom of SR tier now. I don't have that much of an opinion on him, but yeah, he's okay, like, as an okay character. And then we have Julius Caesar. Again, I don't really know, like, I've seen him in the game and everything, but he's not really there in most of the events. I don't really see him much in the events. A few of the events here and there, he's there. So I don't really have that much of an opinion on him, so I'm going to be putting him here. Yeah, okay, there you go. I'm going to be putting him here, the R tier. Okay, Altera. Now, I really like Altera, so I will be putting her here in the middle, in the between Artoria, like the Saber and Artoria Altar. I'm going to be putting her here. And yeah, Altera is nice. I like her. I've played Fate Extella to quite an extent, and I know about her. Obviously, I've played obviously the game FGO, all that stuff I've done. So yeah, I do know about her, and she's nice. She has an interesting backstory, the whole Sephar, that whole thing, and yeah, she's nice. I like her, so she'll be there. Okay, Gilderay Saber. Again, not much of an opinion. I don't really have that much of an opinion about him. He's a Saber version, so obviously he's a nicer version. He's not the crazy version. So I'm going to be putting him over here. Yeah. And then we have Chevalier Dion. Chevalier Dion. Again, not that much of an opinion I have about him. I'm going to be putting him in the top of the R tier for now. And yeah, he's okay, like, it's just that he's not really there in many of the events. He is there in a few events. I do remember of the few of the events that he was there in. And yeah, he's that knight, like, with the like, yeah, he's pretty, in my, like, like, eyes, he's pretty normal. So I'm going to be putting him in the R tier over here. And also, he was apparently my first Saber that I summoned, SR character. I got him in the first few rolls that you do, where you get the first SR character, and I burned him. I feel like a lot of people who have been watching my videos will know about this. I've told this multiple times. He was my first SR character, and I burned him. And then I got him again later, so all is well. Right. Okay, Okta Soji. Okay, I really like Okta. And I know there's like like an actual cult of Okta fans. I know that exists. So yeah, she's really good. I really like her. I'm gonna be putting her here. She's not my absolute favorite, but I like her. So Okta is over here. And like I said, I know she has like a separate fan base in FGO. Like I know that, like a separate fan base in FGO, like Okta has, which is kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, okay. Fergus. Yeah, you know what? I like him, especially after Agartha. I didn't really have that much of an opinion about him, or you could say I didn't really like him. But after Agartha, I kind of like him now, like not that very much like him, but he's okay in my eyes now. So I've put him in the bottom of the SR tier. Moderate, alright, so immediate top. There you go. Yeah, now this is an interesting thing because moderate wasn't really my favorite, or you could say I would have, if this was like 2 years before, I would have probably put moderate below Artoria, but then little by little, like I've changed my mind. Like, yeah, I've put her above Nero as well, because yeah, like as a character, I really like her no nonsense, like attitude. And obviously her voice actress is Miyuki Sawashiro. I absolutely like love everything about her. And yeah, so in that sense, yeah, father above son. Sorry, no, what did I say? Sorry. Son above father. Yeah, the son before father, whatever you say. So there you go. Moderate is over there. Okay, Nero Bright. Yeah, based on the fact that I've put Nero here, I'm going to be putting Nero Bright over here. And yeah, I talked about, I like both Nero and Nero Bright, so that's why she's here. Ryogi Shiki. Now, Shiki is a solid character. I really like her. So, and I'm thinking, should I put her? No, I will put her here, over here. I was thinking, should I put her above before Artoria or not? But then I thought that even though Shiki is a really solid character, she's just there in Kara no Kyokai and few of the FGO events, and that's it. Like, there's not much of her. Like, even though Kara no Kyokai is like a whole story, and it actually is like from the beginning to the end, it's like a full proper story. There's a beginning and there's an end. Like, and Shiki's story was told throughout that whole thing, and it concluded. Still, like based on the sheer amount of character, like how many times Artoria has appeared in everything, like visual novels and stuff, based on appearance, I feel like Artoria should be a little bit above her. But Shiki is a solid character in herself. The amount of like appearances she has gotten, based on that, she's really like she's a solid character. And yeah, so there you go. I'm putting her here in the middle. Rama. Okay, now Rama. Again, I don't really have that much of an opinion on him. He's okay. I saw him a bit in Lost Belt 4, obviously, Yuga Kshetra. And based on the fact that obviously this is Rama we're talking about, a little bit of bias I have, being an Indian, I will put him over here. Yeah, over here. Yeah, over here. I will put him over here. And yeah, there you go. He's going to be over here. Yeah, and that's it. That he doesn't get that much of appearance. A few here and there appearance he gets. But Lost Belt 4 was quite good. I liked his role that he played over there. It was nice. So next, Lancelot. Okay, Lancelot is going to go over here. Yeah, I think this is okay. This place is perfect for him. And obviously we all know Lancelot, yeah, and the crazy stuff that he does now and then, especially stuff regarding like Marsh, crazy stuff he does sometimes. I love how in Camelot, all the roundtable members was introduced as very serious characters, and then after Camelot ended and we started going into the events territory, the whole roundtable knights became a complete gag characters. like Gawain, Lancelot, and Tristan, these three stooges, just just completely like just doing some crazy stuff like in a lot of the events. It's so funny like how they have completely changed in the events, and even though Bedivere is also in the round table, like the Knights of the Round Table, he isn't really involved in any of the shenanigans. Like anywhere you go, especially in the summer events and stuff, you always see the three stooges: Lancelot, Gawain, and Tristan. Like Bedivere is there, but he's always like at a side. He doesn't really participate in the shenanigans. But these three are always there, and sometimes Merlin comes in poking them, just like making the situation even weirder. Yeah, it's just so funny. And okay, there we go. Just as I was talking about the round table knights, Gawain. Yeah, I'll be putting him here, just beside Lancelot. Okay, Bedivere. I really like Bedivere. Like he really impressed me in Camelot. I'm going to be putting him in the big at the top of SR, and his voice actor is Mamoru Miyano. Like everything, like he's just such a good character in Camelot. The whole story, and this especially when we get to know the truth about him in the end. That part was really crazy. I was like really fascinated, and yeah, he's that much of a great character. So I'll put him here. You know what? No, I will put him here. Yeah, because I feel like there's a few characters that'll go over here. I was thinking, should I put him over here? But no. Okay, Elizabeth Brave. Um, yeah, okay, but like the old, like the actual Elizabeth Bathory, that is the Lancer version. Like she's like the true one. But Elizabeth Brave, based on the fact that she's just one of the Elizabeth faces, she is a nice character. Obviously, she's Elizabeth, but still, based on that, I will put her over. No, you know what? Yeah, over here I'll put her before Medusa, because I know a lot more about her than Medusa Saber. We've actually met Elizabeth Brave, so that's why over there. Okay, Miyamoto Musashi. Ooh, this will be a good one. I will have to put Musashi over here in this position. Um, yeah, I obviously this is Musashi we're talking about. She's definitely going to be over there at the top. And yeah, it's I'm actually like like I'm seeing like Yuri going down and down and down, but like these characters, all these characters are so good. I cannot really put Yuri up, even though I really want to. So it's unfortunate. But yeah, Musashi's over there. Okay, Arthur prototype. Don't really have that much of an opinion on him. We have barely seen him. We've seen him once and twice. However, he is obviously the main character of Prototype. I haven't really read or like read Prototype or know much about it. I've just seen the trailer. So based on that, I don't really have that much of an opinion on him. So I will be putting him over here just based on that fact. Yeah. I feel like if I actually read Prototype, where like I said, I think he is the main character of Prototype, isn't he? The main servant. Yeah, I think so. If I've read Prototype, I maybe I might have like put him in the high up, but just because of that, I'm going to be putting him here. Okay, Suzuka Gozen. Uh, yeah, he's you know what? Sure, I'll put her in the bottom of SR. Because yeah, like we've seen a little bit of her in events and stuff. She's nice. I like her. Like her whole thing. We've even seen her in like a lot of the main events as well. So overall, based on all of that, yeah, I'll put her here. And yeah, and I really like the whole Gyaru, like that whole thing that she does. The way she speaks and everything is pretty funny. Not funny, but it's pretty endearing. Right. Um, Frankenstein Saber. Uh, Again. Nah, I was thinking I'm going to put her in the art tier, but I cannot. She's nice. I am going to put her here in the SR tier. I cannot. Like I said, like It's difficult to put any characters in the R tier because, like I said, I really like most of the characters in FGO. So it's very difficult to put characters in the bottom tier. And then we have God damn it, Yagyu Munenori. I think he has a big name. I don't remember the full name. Um, but yeah, he will be. I will have to put him at over here. I will have to put him here. I like him. I really like this old man. He was there in Oku. He was there in a few other events as well, and I really like characters like him. You know, the silent, you know, like the silent old source master type of character. You know, they're so cool. And yeah, he's there. He's going to be over there. Sigurd. I don't know. You know, Sigurd is he was very much involved in a lot of the main stories and also in a lot of events as well. So based on that, I should put him above, but he didn't really like put that much of an impression on me. So I will put him over here. That's it. You know, even in Lost Bell 2, you know, like there's a few other characters that I really like, but then there was Sigurd. Sigurd was okay, but I really didn't have that much of an opinion on him. Um, but yeah, he like you know I'm going to be putting him here. Meb, Meb Saber. You know what? I like this is weird. Like thinking about it, I actually didn't really like Meb at all. You know, her rider version, obviously her Saber version, and all that. But then, like you know, like Lost Bell 6 happened, and I got acquainted with Nocnaria, and I little by little, like obviously Nocnaria is completely different from Meb. Like we all know that. You know, like Nocnaria and then Meb are just completely different. And I don't know, I started warming up to her whole character, even though Nocnaria isn't really Meb. And then happened the summer event. You remember the summer event, the recent one, where like was it the summer event? I don't remember. No, not the summer event. What event was that? That idol event that we had. You know, where we got a bunch of dresses. That event happened, and Med there was such a great character. I absolutely loved her over there, and I'm like, oh my god, like I cannot put Med down. Like I really like her now, especially after that event. Like first Nocturia, like she came in, and then like came in that event, that idol event, and she completely changed my impressions on her. Like I I have to put her in the SSR tier. Yeah, over here. If this was the original Med, this is the summer Med. I probably would have put her higher, but she will be there. Crazy stuff happens. Like I remember putting Med at the bottom. I remember in one of the previous tier lists, I remember putting Med at the bottom. And this recent event changed my opinion on her so much. Like it just went from the bottom to the top. Good God. Okay, Dermot. Again, yeah, he's okay, but again, I don't really have that much of an opinion. He was there in Fate Zero, but you know, like it didn't really put that much of an impression on me. Like I'll put him over there. Right, Prince of Landing. Yeah, Prince of Landing is nice. I like him. You know, I will put him over. Yeah, and he was involved in a lot of like you know like main story events and everything. We know quite a lot about him. You know, he was there in Lost Bell 3. He was there in another main story. I cannot remember which it was. Uh, which event was in one of the main stories? He was there. At first, he was in Lost Bell 3, and then in one of the other like you know like main stories, he was also there. I cannot remember exactly which one it was, but yeah. So I'll put him over there. Okay. What's her name? Benyenma. Yeah, Benyenma. She's cute. Yeah, even though she's cute, you know, like yeah, she's okay. I'll put her over here. You know, she's okay. I again don't really have that much of an opinion on her. She's here now and then, like cooks food, like you know, teaches Tamamo and Kiyohime to cook and all that, if you remember. So yeah, I'll put her over there. Lakshmi Bai. Now Lakshmi Bai, obviously, like huge bias I will have being an Indian, and after playing Lost Bell 6, getting to know her story, you know, like everything about her. Oh boy, yeah. like I said, I'll have a huge bias towards her, and by huge I mean huge. Yeah, I have a huge bias towards her, so I will put her over here. Cannot do it because, like I said, this is the thing. If she didn't play that much of a big role in Lost Belt 4, and she was just there, and just because she's an Indian character and I know her, I've read her about her in my books, in my history books and stuff. I would have put her here in the SR tier, but Lost Belt 4 really did a good job and really made a very interesting story, related to her. The whole Lakshmi and Alakshmi, that whole thing that happened. And that actually boosted her, at least in my books, my likeness or my preference about her. So that boosted it, and that's why she's over here now. Jason, okay, Jason deserves to be at the top. Um, Here. No, here. Yeah, I think that is better. Jason over here. Yeah, Jason. I'm pretty sure everyone hated him at the beginning, but then Lost Belt 5 came, and everyone was like, "Yeah, you know what? He earned his redemption," and yeah, he just did it. He was able to become a good character, or a character who is loved by the fandom, even though he was like the most hated character. I remember in Okeanos, he was a complete ass. If you remember, like the way he everything happened, and just he was a complete ass. And then little by little he changed. Then Lost Belt 5 came, and now he's just a goofy character. So yeah, okay. Katsushika Hokusai. Hokusai will be at a very high place. Yeah, over here. I really like Hokusai as a character, and her voice acting is so good. I really like whoever voice acts her, voice acting. I really like the way she does it. It's just with the dialect and everything, and it's so soothing to the ear, and yeah, and as a character as well, she's really cute. I like her. She has been there in the main, not the main story, I guess. Has she been in the main story? I think she has, hasn't she? Yeah. But in a lot of the events, she's like there. So like the whole Las Vegas event was like surrounding her. So a lot of those events, she's there, and yeah, she's nice. She's good character developments, and overall, a really good character. I'll put her over here. Astolfo Saber. Oh my god, I hate him so much now. Not hate. I hate is a strong word. Like, I don't know. I'm so frustrated just based on the fact that this freaking guy was the one who decided to show up in my GSSR, even though he was the one that I wanted the least, and there were so many other characters that I wanted, and he's the one who ended up coming, and I was so mad at him. I was like, what the hell? But Astaroth is a good character nonetheless. If I exclude that, my personal vendetta against him, if I exclude that, he's a good character. He's there. He was there in Fate Apocrypha. He helps us out and everything. And yeah, based on all of that, I cannot really put him down. I'll put him here. Over here. But oh my god, he was the character that I least wanted, and he's the one who ended up coming in the GSSR. I was so pissed off. That's why I'm saying personal vendetta I have against him now. Right. Okay, then we have Castor and Pollux and the Dioscuri. I just, again, I don't really have that much of an opinion on them. I'll put them over here. I think this is better, because it's just they were there in Lost Belt 5, and obviously the version that we saw in Lost Belt 5 wasn't really the version that we have summoned. That was the other version. This is the humanity version that we have. But in Lost Belt 5, they were complete, again, they was just so unlikable. But then when they got summoned in Chaldea, obviously they are a different set of characters. Their personality is different and everything. But still, I don't really have that much of an opinion on these two. Yeah, So that's why it's just there. Right. Tomoe goes in Saber. Saber, if this was Archer, I would have probably put, like, but this is like just a Tomoe face, like, the Saber version of her. So based on like Tomoe goes in Archer, I'm going to put her over here. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, she's just a girl who likes video games. That's it. And you know what's funny? I like the fact that there was this whole thing about Tomoe Gozen, the Archer version I'm talking about, when she was introduced. Like, we got to know in the events that she likes video games, and then in the future updates we got the summer event, and she literally got a summer costume based on the fact that she's a gamer. Like, it's so funny because I don't know, like, I just think sometimes, like, do like the devs, like, I'm guessing the devs kind of like, like, introduce a character and gives them some qualities and like some perks, and based on the fact that if it works or not, they kind of expand on it. So basically Tomoe Gozen Archer was just there introduced, and in a few of the events, I remember the Pagoda event, I think we, like, got to see how Tomoe Archer really likes video games. And then, like, fast forward, I think like 1 or 2 years later, in one of the summer events, she gets like a version of her which literally plays video games. So it's funny to see how, like, it kind of influenced that. So yeah, anyways, okay, then we have Saito Hajime. Okay, Saito Hajime, haven't really seen much of him. We've just seen him in the Guda Guda, the recent, not the recent one, the one before that, I think. I think it was Himiko's event, wasn't it? Yeah, that one. He was introduced, and he's a good character. He was like an interesting character. There's a few things. I will put him, yeah, over here. I'll put him over here. Okay, Watanabe no Suna. We saw him in the Heiankyo, and a few of the other events we saw him as well. Again, not that I don't really have that much of an opinion on him. He's an okay character, and that's just it. I'll put him here. Okay, Ibuki. Ibuki is really cool. I like her. I will put Ibuki over here. I cannot put her anywhere up higher, but just based on the fact this is Ibuki, like, version of Shuten, and in the very recent event we got to see a lot of Ibuki. The Tunguska event. I feel like that kind of boosted her in my books, and she's here now. And not only that, Ibuki is a very recent addition. She was added in Heiankyo, wasn't she? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And in Heiankyo, obviously the Ibuki was like this crazy Ibuki who was like trying to attack us and everything. We didn't really get to know much about her over there, but then, like, little by little after we summoned her, we got to know. And then in the recent event, Tunguska Sanctuary, we got to know a lot about her, and like how she is as a character, all that stuff. So yeah, that's why she is here. And overall, I really like Ibuki, her character design and everything, just based on the fact that she's like a version of Shuten, and like, even shares the same voice actress, all that stuff. Yeah, she's there high up in my tier list. Karna Saber. Now, yeah, Karna's really good, and just because of the fact that this is Karna Saber or Karna Santa, based on the fact that he's Karna, I will be putting him at the top of SR. There you go. He's going to be here. Yeah, like, this is Karna we're talking about. If this was Karna Lancer, I probably would have put him in the SSR tier. This is Karna Santa or Karna Saber, so he's here. Just based on the fact that he's Karna, he'll be here. Alright, Muramasa. Ooh, this is gonna be tough. Muramasa deserves to be here. Just beside Miyamoto Musashi, Muramasa. And there you go. Yeah, what, like, I don't think I need to say anything here. It's just based on the fact that this is Muramasa, and he's just been there for so long. Obviously, he's, like, using Shiro's vessel, and he's just so cool. Like, I really liked him from Shimosa, and then obviously in the recent Lost Belt 6, expanded his character so much. Like, he got so much character development back to back in Lost Belt 6. It was crazy insane. So yeah, he deserves to be here at the top, very top. You know, even if he didn't get that much of a character, like like development, he still would have been in a very top position. And then we have Barghest. Oh, Barghest, you know what? I will put Barghest just over here. Yeah, she's really good. I like her, and I feel like Lost Belt 6 was done so well. Every single character who's in Lost Belt is instant SSR just based on the fact that they're in Lost Belt 6 and the character got expanded on. And yeah, so there you go. Barghest is there, and as a character, like everything, I like, like her voice acting, her like character design and everything. Those muscles and stuff. Instant SSR over there, right? And then we have Okta Alter with Rengoku, and this Okta Alter Saber, I'm going to put her above Okta Soji because I don't know, I really like Okta Alter a bit more than Okta like Soji. Where should I put her? Over here before Saber Alter. I don't know. It's just my preference. I think like Okta Alter. I really like her. Like even the Majin Okta Alter. Like we have like the Alter Ego. I like her more than the normal Okta. It's probably because of her, like stoic nature. Like she's very quiet and like always like sleeping almost and everything. That kind of thing. I don't know. Like the kudre type of vibe that she has. I really like that. And her character design is really cool as well in her Majin version or her Okta Alter version. So based on all of that, she's going to be here. Then we have the Trunk sisters. I have no idea. I've just seen their character designs and everything. They have a really cool character design though. I'll be honest. I really like their character designs. However, I cannot really put them based on that. Don't really know about them, so I'm going to put them over here. In JP, we're going to get to their event very soon. I think this year only, so I'll get to know more about them over there. And then we have Charlemagne. Again, don't really know much about him. I haven't played Extella Link, so I'm not really sure. Again, we're going to get to know more about him in the Trom event, so then we'll get to know. But for now, I'm going to put him in the undecided part. Again, Roland. I think this is Roland, isn't it? Yeah. I have no clue. I'll put him here for now. Gareth Saber. Based on the fact that I really like Gareth. Again, Gareth was in Lost Belt 6. Makes her one of my Insta favorites. But this is Gareth Saber, like the swimsuit version or whatever. So based on that, I will put her over here. Yeah. And then we have Yamanumi Keisuke. We know a little bit about. I think I don't really remember. Can you remind me? Was he there in one of the Gudas? He was there, wasn't he, as an NPC? As far as I can remember. Like I know he is a playable character in one of the future Guda, but I remember seeing him. Like I said, my memory is hazy. I remember seeing him. He was there as an NPC character in one of the Gudas that has already happened in NA, isn't he? But I don't really know that much about him, so I'm going to be putting him here as well, undecided. Like after getting to know a little bit more about him, I'll put him later on the other tiers. For now, that was that. Now, the moment everyone was waiting for. Who will I be promoting? Now, as you can see, based on this, obviously I should promote Mordred over here, but I'm going to think about it now. Like I have kind of like put this whole tier based on the fact that my liking towards a certain character, that's how I put like the character I most like at the leftmost part, and like that through descending order. But even though I've done it that way, I'm going to think again, just think whether I should be promoting Mordred or would I be promoting someone else. I'm just going to be thinking now. Let me think. Ibuki, no, I cannot put her in the Ultimate Saber. Crossed off. Takeru, he is good, but again, I cannot put him. There's a lot of other characters I like more than. Iori, I would have loved to put him, but just cannot. There's so many other characters. Meb, in no way am I putting Meb in the Ultimate Saber because Meb isn't even a Saber. She's a rider. This is just a swimsuit version, so in no way am I putting her there, even though I really like her. Jason, no, he's good, but doesn't really. Okta, she can go there, but based on my personal preference, no. Saber, Alter, no. Yeah, Okta, Alter, no. Altera, no. They are good characters, but I really cannot put them in the ultimate. Ryogishiki, no. Lakshmi Bai, no. Not Hokusai. Um, Vargas, no. We've just barely gotten to meet her. Cannot really put her there. Um, Artoria is a difficult one. Artoria, like I said, if this was me 5 years ago, I would have put Artoria instantly in the Ultimate Saber. I cannot now. There's a lot of other characters I like more than Artoria. Nero, now here's the thing. Here's where the dilemma will start. Nero, again, Nero is good, but I really like her, and I've liked her for a significant amount of time. She was my Ultimate Saber for a long amount of time, but that time is gone. So even though I really like her, I cannot put any of the Neros on here. So the dilemma will be with these three. Oh my god. Muramasa, Miyamoto Musashi, and Mordred. Like, the thing is, I really want to put Mordred up because I really like her character so much. But then again, we don't really see her that much. Like, just think about it. We saw Mordred in Fate Apocrypha, and Fate Apocrypha, I didn't really like the anime at all. Like, not in that much, like comparing Fate Apocrypha to the other animes, Fate that I've watched, Fate related. I don't really like Apocrypha that much. So Mordred was just there for the significant amount of time, and that's it. And where else is she in? She was there in a lot of the FGO events. She was in London. She was in all of that. But we don't really see like an exclusive event on Mordred. Has there ever been an event like that? I'm trying to think. If there was at least one event like that, which like really highlighted Mordred as a character, and we got to, I would have instantly put her over here. But I cannot remember any of that. There was a lot of events and a lot of main story where Mordred was there, but he was just there. She was just there, and that's it. Not in a significant way. She was involved. She was just there, and she kind of was, here and there, like did a few things, but that's it. So based on that, I want to put Mordred there on top, but I cannot, like in no way, because just think about it. Musashi, like Musashi has been there in so many. She has a separate game for her, Samurai Remnant, and then she was like the character who was just there helping us out throughout all the Lost Bells up until obviously Lost Bells 5. The way we bid goodbye to her and everything, all those emotionally packed moments. So I feel like comparing Mordred to that, I cannot put her there, even though I like Mordred so much. So I cannot. So Mordred goes out, and now Miyamoto Musashi and Muramasa. Muramasa has been there, like I said. Lost Spell 6 really highlights his character in such a significant degree that he's one of the best characters. Like in a I like him so much more than I did before. And then at the same time, Musashi also came in Samurai Remnant. So both Musashi and Muramasa, we got to see so much about them in the recent few years. And I have to, oh god, this is, like I said, this is going to be difficult because up until now I was like, oh, 2 characters or 3 characters at the top. If this was 2 characters, I could have just chug these 2 up, and I would have ended this video. But I cannot do it. I have to be decisive. Even though I want, god, like I'm thinking, Lost Spell 6 always comes to my mind when I look at Muramasa, and I'm like, Lost Spell 6 was so good and Muramasa was so good over there. But then when I look at Musashi, I'm thinking like Musashi was just there with us for so long. She was just like Shimosa. She made such an impact on me in Shimosa, and then she came back in the when the Lost Spell started. She just popped back in and she was like, oh, I'm going to help you guys out. And she came here now and then popped in in Lost Belt 1. And was she there in Lost Belt 2? I don't remember. And then now and then she popped in. Then in Lost Belt 5 she came in Atlantis for a little bit. Lost Belt 5 she came significantly and was there with us for the most amount of time. And the way we had to say goodbye to her. And then how she was brought back in Samurai Remnant. how we like went through the whole Samurai Remnant and how much of a significant character was she in Samurai Remnant. All of that is coming in my head. So based on that, even though Muramasa had so much so much like things to him, and Lost Belt 6 like really boosted him, I have to put Musashi on top. And I'm going to be putting Muramasa over here. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, I have to put Musashi. I feel like if Samurai Remnant didn't happen, I would have put Muramasa on top. But Samurai Remnant happened. And, I'm like, yeah, I will have to put Musashi on top. So there you go. Musashi is the ultimate saber. Now, again, all of this is based on my opinion. Obviously, different people will have different tastes. If you have a different ultimate saber, let me know. And yeah, like, yeah, there you go. That's it. I think this is a good, tier list. And yeah, I agree with this. So yeah, I will put this tier list. Okay, I'll put this tier list on the screen if you want to check it out properly. And there you go. So that was it, guys. So yeah, that was my saber tier list, and the ultimate saber is Miyamoto Musashi in my books. And yeah, so that is it. Thank you for watching, and I will make this Archer tier list in a few days. We don't really have that much events coming in FGO. I think like the White Day event will be there, and then I think like a few more events. I think I will be able to complete most of the classes by that time. And I'm also doing the whole voice actress thing as well. I'll also continue that. I'll try to do all of these before the events start popping back in, and I'll be busy with all of that again. But for now, I can do all of these things. So that is it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. So yeah, thank you for watching. And like I said, let me know in the comments which character is your ultimate saber, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll make an Archer tier list very soon. See you guys then. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.